Good morning, y'all. It's Saturday morning. It's about 6 o'clock right now. It's just starting to break daylight. This is the calm before the storm. We got a hurricane that is on the way. It's gonna be passing pretty close to us. I'm gonna tell y'all what we do over here at Reap What You Sow to get ready for the storm. Right now it's coffee time. Enjoying the peace and quiet. Guys, I wanted to show you a view of the call ducks that we have in our rabbit colony now. There's 5 of the little white ones and 2 that they call them grays. They are some pretty little ducks. They're all real young ducks. They're just starting to lay. I don't know if y'all can hear in the background, but the grandbabies are hollering at me. What I'm doing this morning, it's Saturday morning. We're getting ready for a Hurricane Ida, which is coming. We're in central Louisiana, so we're right in the middle. That is going to put us on the west side of the storm. We're still going to be in the 70, 80 mile an hour winds, which is a lot of wind. We're not going to get the tornadoes coming off of it like you do on that east side as bad. But we're ready for no power. It's coming. That's when it gets over here, hits land within a couple hours, we're going to be out of power. And when we're out of power at the house, that means we're out of water. So we got to have I'm on a well. I'm actually on a submergible well, a 3-inch well. So the pump is down in the bottom. So when you plug it in, it pumps the water from the bottom. And it's easy to get water like that. You don't have to go prime the well anymore. Before, I used to have to go prime the well every time with the pump on the top. Had a foot valve on the bottom. You had to fill it up with water, prime the well. I'm glad I ain't got to do that no more. That was a pain. This new system, all you got to do is plug it in. It pumps water. So what I got the generator set up, it's we'll run the extension cords in the house, run what we need. I'm not directly hooked to the house. I just run cords, run ice box, whatever we need, you know, different times. Air conditioning, we got a little small air conditioner we're gonna put in the window because it gets very hot. It's too hot to sleep at night without the air conditioning. For Jared, I mean, she can't handle it. She can't handle the heat. But we'll have the air conditioning set up. When we need to run the well, I got to turn everything else off. Turn the well on. Now I can run a light or something like that with it, but the well is 220 and it sucks a lot of juice. It fills the pump up, fills the tank up with water, so we have water after we turn it off for a good 10-15 minutes. I mean, you got enough time to go take showers. Some of the things we got to do to prepare is get gas. That's the main thing. You got to have gas now. You can't wait until after the storm to try to go get gas. I've done that before. It don't work. Now you got a whole big line of people trying to get gas before the storm. I went yesterday morning, 5:30 in the morning. There's very few people up at 5:30 in the morning getting gas, so it wasn't bad at all. I got me some gas stored up, be ready. Just the gas is the main thing. You run the generators, make sure your generator's ready to go. You can't wait from season to season on it because it won't start when you go to use it. So you got to check on it every once in a while, change oil. Guys, there's a tip on when you're running them generators like we're going to be running them. It's going to be running 24/7. That thing ain't going to never stop. The only time we stop is to fill it up with gas. About every 3 or 4 days, you need to shut it off, let it cool down, and change oil. That's something you get to be able to keep your generator up, going good. You got to change that oil. We catch water in the bathtubs. We'll heat water up and put in one of the smaller bathtubs to take a bath. The big bathtub will fill up with water, and we got a 2-gallon bucket. You could actually scoop water out of there to flush your toilets. We'll have water, you know, anytime we hook the well up, we'll have water, so we fill our water jugs up and stuff to make coffee and to cook with and regular drinking water and all that, plus some bottled water. Flashlights, just different little stuff like that. I mean, you learn over the years what you're going to need. Where we live at, we're down a one-way road back in the middle of nowhere. We're the last ones to get power, and in case of emergency, nobody can get back here because there's going to be trees down everywhere. That's the main thing. When a hurricane comes in, it throws trees across the road everywhere. The last little storm we had last year, which is 2 days ago, Laura, the storm come in, trees down. It took us over 2 hours. There was 4 of us and 2 big tractors just to get out of here, clearing the road out. So it's just part of it that you learn as you go. My grandbabies are sneaking up on me while I'm making the video. It's early in the morning. Animals need to be fed. Your water system around here that we got, I've got ponds on almost everything, so they can make it. We have fresh water that runs on the lines. Every time I kick it on, it'll fill the troughs back up. So that takes care of their water. Mainly just kick back, wait for electricity to kick back on, get back to regular living. Clean up. It's going to be a mess. It does it every time. But guys, the people around New Orleans, Baton Rouge area, which is going to be east of us, they're fixing to catch it. They're going to get the blunt of the storm hitting them head on, coming right there up by Baton Rouge. Everybody on that east side, that's New Orleans. New Orleans is sitting below the water level, so when you got a surge coming in, it floods. They found out at Katrina, the pumps couldn't keep up. They had a bad time. A lot of people getting caught in their attics, trying to get higher, get out of the water coming in their house. They ended up on top of the houses. It was a mess. They waited too long to get out. There's better system now letting them know, and people have learned. When that storm's going to hit you head on and you're on that coast, it's time to go. I know everybody can't get out. Some people are like me. I mean, I'm 60, 70 miles from the coast, so by the time it gets here, even though it's come straight on us, it's bad, but it's not as bad as them with that water. That water surge is what really gets people. It's tough. Over here, it's mostly just the wind that we got to put up with. Now, we'll get flooding, but it's not like them. I mean, That surge is bad. When you got 10 or 12 foot surge coming in and 20 inches of rain dropping down, there ain't nowhere for that water to go. It gets rough. But you learn as you go. You prepare for it. We live in Louisiana. It's something you get used to, something you learn to put up with. Like other people put up with earthquakes and tornadoes, we put up with hurricanes. Don't like them at all. Don't like being without power. That is no fun. But you learn to cope with it and deal with it. But guys, I'm just getting everything ready. It's calm right now before the storm. We got little bitty rains coming in. Little outer bands is what you call it, that are just starting to come in. But I'm gonna make another video after the storm and show y'all what we get around here and what happens. I'll give you the footage that I can. But guys, just pray for the people around New Orleans area, Houma, Baton Rouge, all up there on that coast coming on up. They're fixing to catch it. Now, so a lot of people say, why don't you evacuate? Why don't you evacuate? Not everybody can. Not everybody can afford to evacuate. And the ones that can, that's got animals, you got all these animals to tend to. Somebody's got to take care of this stuff. The problem when you leave, you can't find a motel. You got to keep getting further and further, because everybody, you get all these people heading north or heading west trying to get away from the storm. It's almost impossible to find a place to stay. The gas stations run out of gas. The traffic on the highway is a nightmare. I don't like a lot of people with traffic. I can't stand that. That is a total nightmare when you get in that traffic. Running out of gas. It's all kind of problems you run into. And then, once you're gone, you can't come back in. They won't let you back in. If you can get back. And then all the animals are here. Somebody's got to take care of this stuff. So there's a lot of iffy gray areas that you got to learn to deal with. I'd rather stay here and put up with the storm than fight that traffic and all this pandemic that's going on. All these people going to these shelters. Y'all wait and see what's going to happen on the news. You get all these people together in one place, you're not going to stop that stuff from spreading. It's coming. It's going to get bad. I hate to see that, but that's when you get around a lot of people, it spreads. The last storm that we had, Laura, last year was pretty rough around here. They're getting better with getting their electricity back on. We had electricity within about 4 days. They kicked it back on over here at the house, so it really wasn't that bad. Our worst time that we've had here was a storm Rita. I don't know, it's probably been 15, 20 years ago. It's been a while. I'd have to look back on the dates of it. I really couldn't tell you for sure. I know it was bad. We stayed 14 days with no electricity over here. I had a big welding machine that was in the back of my truck. And it was a big generator. It could run the whole house. Had everything planned, have it all hooked up so I could hook it to the house, run everything. The problem was, you could not get no gas. Nowhere. They had red diesel, the off-road fuel for the diesel, and that is it. You couldn't get gas nowhere. We were running off-road diesel in our diesel trucks and our tractors. As far as getting gas, was bad. I had the big generator and it took a lot of gas. Couldn't get it nowhere. You had to drive an hour or 2 hours away just to go get gas. So you learn. It's just little things that you learn on the way. A smaller generator, run just a little bit just to get by. Keep your refrigerators cool. Keep your freezers stuff from thawing out in your freezer. And deal with it. Just part of it. You gotta learn to deal with it. Gotta love it. Well, I don't love it. Y'all pray for these people on the east side around New Orleans area. They're gonna need it. But guys, like I said before, I'll get back with y'all, give y'all an update on what's going on, how everything come through. Pray for us. God bless. Love y'all. Get back to you later. Bye-bye.